going on, you guys? No fancy editing, no formalities, not even an HBO special, but you can still help a brother out. But one thing I noticed in the boxing community, of course, fans, the names that on the tip of every boxing fan's tongue is Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. We could talk about many other fights. Of course, we got Valdez and Stevenson coming up, Taylor Serrano. But boxing fans, for the most part, the go-to fight that everybody's talking about on various social media platforms is Errol Spence Jr. versus Terrence Crawford. But the new news that Terrence Crawford, right, is with SNAC. Alleged he's been with SNAC, but to most people's knowledge, this is new news. A lot of people didn't know Terrence Crawford was with the SNAC program. Usually, you see guys that's affiliated with SNAC, they're wearing the SNAC shirts. You see videos or photos of them with the gas mask thing on, hitting heavy bags and all this other stuff they be doing over there. But Terrence Crawford, he's with SNAC, and it seemed like it's a problem in the boxing community. If it was Errol Spence Jr. wearing that SNAC shirt, standing next to Victor Conte and Devin Haney, what would they say? Would they say that Errol Spence Jr. is on PEDs? Maybe it'll be a narrative that Errol Spence Jr. is now on PEDs because he was SNAC. But then again, you have to say to everybody that's affiliated with SNAC, like Dry Ennis and Demetrius Andrade and all these guys, Devin Haney, you have to say they on PEDs too, right? You have to say everybody's on PEDs. So if Errol Spence Jr. was wearing that SNAC shirt, what would they say? When we see so many other guys with SNAC, Jerron Ennis, Demetrius Andrade, Mikey Garcia, I mean, who's who in boxing, right? From young to some of the veterans. A lot of these guys dealt with SNAC, right? But when Terrence Crawford does it, oh, well, he's a cheater. Oh, why he go to SNAC now? Is he scared of Spence? Blah, blah, blah. But literally, a lot of these guys know that Crawford's already been with SNAC, right? He's already been sponsored by SNAC. It just hasn't been advertised or broadcasted. Like, they little advertisements they do with Mikey Garcia. You didn't see Crawford anywhere in none of these advertisements. You see Boo Boo Andre, you see some of everybody, but you don't see Terrence Crawford. But now that it's called win, you see him with the SNAC shirt. Now boxing fans are coming up with these theories or these narratives that he's scared of Spence or he's some type of cheater all of a sudden. I find it laughable because for years, boxing fans, and not even just Crawford fans, boxing fans was accusing Errol Spence Jr. of being on PEDs because of his nipples, right? But I never harped on that. I mean, I've seen guys growing up that had those enlarged nipples and they couldn't possibly be on steroids. Why? Because we was fucking kids and teenagers, right? So I never harped on anything like that in regards to Errol Spence Jr. And Errol Spence Jr. don't strike me as a guy who will look for a competitive edge or be on PEDs or anything like that, right? Terrence Crawford's the same. They don't strike me as two guys that'll look for some type of underhanded advantage. But for whatever reason, Spence Nation seems to believe that Terrence Crawford is some type of cheater all of a sudden. That since he's working with Victor Conte, the Balco Ped man from the 90s, now Crawford's a cheater. Not realizing that people could turn their life around, people could turn a new leaf, people could be given a second chance to do better. But usually, right, your past always comes back to haunt you. And in the case for Victor Conte, that's what's happening. Every time you turn around, you see a lot of people who may not be cool with the SNAC program. That's just the word I'm going to use. Cool with the SNAC program, right? Now, guys like Crawford is cheating. But these same guys don't say Jerron Boots Ennis is cheating. Or looking for some type of edge. They don't say Devin Haney's cheating or looking for some type of competitive edge. But only when it comes to Terrence Crawford. And that just shows you Terrence Crawford's place in the sport of boxing. He's anything he does, anything he says will get blown, magnified times 10. And the same for Errol Spence Jr. to a degree. Whatever he says, whatever he does will get blown up times 10. But as far as Bud being a cheater and, where are these guys coming from with this shit, man? Well, y'all ain't got nothing else to do. Y'all that worried about Terrence Crawford. Errol Spence fans seem to be very insecure about this guy, even still. Errol Spence Jr. is showing a lot of confidence. Errol Spence Jr. is talking and acting right. This is the Errol Spence Jr. that I've been wanting to see for some years now. But his fans are still trying to play catch up. Errol Spence Jr. already came out and said that he see the error in his ways of talking about the numbers and negotiations in public. But see, a lot of those guys didn't want to bring up that because now that's like a smack in the face to them because that's what they've been doing. Talking about numbers and stuff that don't really got nothing to do with them pertaining to this fight with him and Bud, right? But really, folks, you know, it's just a lot of insecure fight fans, right? A lot of insecure fight fans. Realistically, it's a 50-50 type fight. You know, fans are going to have their reasons why they pick X guy to win the fight. But realistically, if you look at the whole landscape of everything, from the fans to everybody seemed to be split down the middle on who wins that fight. But fans going out of their way to make it look like Crawford's some cheater or looking like he's afraid of Spence because he's with SNAC all of a sudden, that is just ridiculous, right? They see Crawford always in shape. He's always in the gym. You know, like him having to be told to stay focused and go back to gym, that's not nothing that Crawford needs, right? That's Derrick James telling Errol Spence to stay focused, get back in the gym. Because Errol Spence got to do that. And that's okay, right? We're not going to knock Errol Spence Jr. for getting a little bit of help to stay motivated. We're going to knock him, man. These are human beings. But a lot of these Spence fans, right, and it's not all of you guys, but it's a lot of you guys. And I see this stuff when I go on social media. Whenever I go on Facebook, that's all I see. Literally, that's all I've been seeing in boxing groups. Is Spence and Crawford. That's literally all I've been seeing. Canelo got a fight coming up. You know, of course, fans are talking about the Valdez-Stevenson fight. But the names that's on the tip of everybody's tongue, like I said, is Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. That's the fight that everybody wants to talk about. That's why you clicked on this video to see what Bushido had to say about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. That's what everybody wants to talk about. That's the Mayweather-Pacquiao of this era. So, you know, some fans may be getting sick of hearing it. You know, I'm kind of getting sick of it too. But then again, this is what we've been waiting for. This is what we wanted, right? But I just don't like the continuing of dismissal of one of these guys. Like, we could talk about them in the ring and stuff like that, or who will win a fight. You know, who's the more stuff like that. But when we start to talk about accusing these guys of cheating and shit like that, is just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence Jr., none of these guys never test positive. None of these guys never miss weight. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, both of these guys are professionals. Despite the problems Spence may have outside the ring, right? We moving forward from that. He seemed to have overcame that. And I salute him, right? I salute him for not getting trapped. Because guys like Adrian Broner got trapped and they couldn't find their way out. And now, by the time they got out, it's a little too late. Errol Spence got out before it's too late. And he seemed to got his head on straight. And he's going to show the world that he's great. Right? But his fans still playing catch up. His fans are still coming up with excuses. His fans are still trying to find a way to diminish Errol Spence Jr.'s biggest, most worthy opponent, right? And Terrence Crawford. I think it will be detrimental to downplay either guy at that level at this point. Yeah, you could say who will whoop who, but let's just be honest. Both of these guys are here for a reason. Both of these guys are two of the hottest names in boxing. Both of these guys are two of the best fighters in boxing, right? But all this shit where Crawford's scared and he's with SNAC, like, bro, Devin Haney's with SNAC, right? Oh, well, Crawford always signing with, he's top-ranked Toby, and he signed with the white man and all this other shit, right? But guess what? So did Devin Haney. Twice. With Eddie Hearn, right? And Bob Arum. It just doesn't make sense. Devin Haney goes where he feels he needs to be. He has in his corner who he feels he needs to have. Terrence Crawford did what he felt he needed to do for his career. Now, whether these decisions come back to haunt him or bite him in the ass in the end, that's life, right? Not every choice or decision you go make go turn out the way you planned it in the end, right? It just doesn't work. That's life. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney going where he needs to go. He felt that, you know what, I'm not going to sign with PBC. I'm going to go where the guaranteed money is at. Eddie Hearn, he's paying me a lot of money. Terrence Crawford, he went with the guaranteed, right? Some of these guys want guaranteed money versus the back end type of deal, or not knowing when they go fight and all this other stuff, right? But boxing fans seem to categorize these guys based off of shit like that, right? Instead of just supporting these guys based off their skill sets and what they bring to the sport as fighters, right? Too many fans look into unnecessary bullshit, right? But like I said, people, this whole SNAC Crawford thing, maybe these guys acting really insecure out here. They acting like they fear now that Crawford has been publicized that he's with the SNAC program. And now, I mean, if they didn't think he was a beast then, they probably really going to think he's a beast now. And now they go assume that he's on PEDs because he's affiliated with these people. And it's just ridiculous because there's just so many different fighters over there with the SNAC program. It's just too many top-level guys that we all know of that's affiliated with that SNAC program. And if the SNAC program is as bad as it was, why saw all these guys who never tested positive, who never did anything over there, all right? But then again, one thing I noticed over the years, right, is that a lot of fight fans, especially guys who never really trained or worked out or fought or anything, they tend to assume that everybody's on steroids anyway. Just because they fat, just because they can't develop a muscle, or just because this guy got muscles over here, or he works hard, oh, well, he must be on steroids. You don't see no back knee, right? You don't see no erratic behavior or anything like that. It's regular dudes, but he's on steroids because he's over here with these people. Never tested positive, nothing questionable, right? Nobody brushing things under the rug for him. Nobody, no Oscar Valdez's, no tea, no boar meat, no steak, right? No street tacos and shit. None of that. Not from these two guys. Not from Spence or Crawford. For years, fans been coming at Spence. Oh, his nipples, he's on PEDs and nah, man, nah. I never bought into any of that. You know why? Because I know black fighters, black men, have good genetics, tend to have good genetics. A lot of us built muscle fast. A lot of us are really twitchy. So it's not hard for guys like Spence and Crawford to look like action figures and shit. It's not even hard for your boy Bushido to look like an action figure. You know, so it's just ridiculous, right? But these dudes, they acting really insecure out here. They acting like they scared of Terrence Crawford. They acting like if they wasn't scared before they acting really scared now. Because he's with the SNAC program. He's a cheater. He's scared of Errol Spence Jr. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.